Hello everyone. So in the last lecture also we talked about how to measure the volume of a tree. Some important terminologies we have learned. In today's lecture also we'll continue with that. প্ৰথমটো টপিক হৈছে ফৰ্ম ফেক্টৰ ফৰ্ম ফেক্টৰ মানে কি আমি জানো যে when we consider or when we try to find out the volume of a tree, then we try to do that with the help of some geometrical shapes, right? Here, form factor is defined as the ratio of the volume of a tree to the volume of a cylinder having the same length and the cross section as that of the tree, right? Suppose cylinder has the vessel area A and height H, then volume will be what? A dot H. So volume factor, form factor is what? This ratio, that is volume of the tree to the volume of the cylinder. So if V is the volume of the tree, and then cylinder having the volume A dot H, then form factor will be V divided by A dot H. Now there are three kinds of form factors. Tinta factors are said, right? One is artificial form factor, where A denotes basal area at breast height, V the volume of the whole length, and H the total height of the tree. The form factor is known as artificial. So artificial form factor মানে কি, when A is denoting the basal area at breast height, V whole length, volume of the whole length, and H total height of the tree. Then absolute form factor means when A denote the basal area at convenient height. Okay, and V and H refers to only to the part of the tree above the point of measurement of the cross section, and this time this form factor will become an absolute form factor. Jodi ami A to consider koru, what? At convenient height, basal area at a convenient height, then this form factor will become absolute form factor. Then we have true form factor, when A is measured at a point which is at a constant proportion, like as for example 1 by 10 of the total height, and V and H refers to the whole length of the tree, and then the form factor will become true form factor. যেতিয়া আমি A to measure কৰো কিছুমান constant proportion, total height or কিছুমান constant proportion, like total height or 1 by 10 লৈ ললো, তেতিয়া আমি এই form factor to true form factor বুলি কম. So artificial form factor means when we are considering A the basal area at a breast height. Absolute form factor means A basal area at a convenient height, and true form factor means A as a is measured at a point where which is a constant proportion of the total height. Because we know that form factor is directly proportional to this, right? V by A dot H, AH. So totally depending on the value of A. So unless otherwise stated, the form factor always means artificial form factor. So the কোৱা থাকে তেতিয়া বেলেগ কথা, but নহলে we by default will take artificial form factor. Usually form factors are determined for stem volumes up to a certain minimum diameter. Such form factors are less than unit. Then form height. Form height is defined as the product of the form factor and the total height. So form height is equal to F into H. Form factor, we just got that B divided by A dot H. So form height will be what? F into H, V divided by A dot H into H. That is H cancel out. So we have V by A as the form height. If form height remains more or less constant with increasing diameter, it may be presumed that volume is proportional to the basal area. Then procedure to find out the form factor. Total length, basal area, that is cross-sectional area at breast height, and stem volume of sample trees may be determined like we have done earlier. In order to have accurate results, total length of and stem volume can be found by taking measurement after having the trees felled. একজেক্ট যদি আমি একুৰেট ৰিজাল্টটো লাগে তেনেহ'লে গছজোপা যেতিয়া পৰি থকা অৱস্থাত থাকে তেতিয়াহে কেলকুলেট কৰিব পাৰিম, ৰাইট? চ' we need to calculate that of a fell tree. Now, measurement of stem volume by form factors. Form factors may be determined like above with sufficient accuracy. If form factors are evaluated for sufficient number of fell tree of different dimensions, then average form factors may be determined for various girth and height classes. Generally, it will be seen that for a species in a given location, form factors of trees of different dimensions vary within narrow limit. A table may thus be prepared for average form factors for trees of different girth and height classes. Such tables may be utilized for estimation of volume volume of standing trees from measurement of diameter of girth at breast height and height by applying the formula V is equal to F into A into H. So আমি যদি F of value জানো, A value জানো, and H of value জানো, then we can calculate the V volume, right? Stem volume. Now, measurement of fell trees. Fell trees, as I have already told you, this is the fell trees, right? Fell trees, deck logs, standing trees. From this diagram, you can see that this one is fell tree. Now, objects of measurement. Following are the objects of the measurements of fell trees: to know the quantity of merchantable volume with reasonable accuracy, to produce data which may be applied to standing trees in order to know the growing stock. Eikhini objectives thake obviously. Then parts of merchantable produce like stem wood ki thake, timber and small wood, then crown and branch wood, then stem wood, pramiki power, timber power. It is required to measure the length and mid diameter of the mid girth of the stem wood. However, normally since the tree taper is irregular, the stem is divided into several segments or sections known as logs, and the measurement of length and mid diameter is taken separately for each section. Some of the values of the sections give the total volume of the stem wood timber. Length of the section is determined by the straightness, uniformity in taper, and market demand for specific sections. So stem wood timber আৰু কেতিয়াবা আমি কি কৰিব পাৰো, স্টেমটোক আকৌ ডিফাৰেণ্ট ছেগমেণ্টছত ডিভাইড কৰিব পাৰো, যাক আমি লগছ বুলি কওঁ। গোটেইখিনি ভলিউম চাম কৰিলে টোটেল ভলিউম আমি পাম। Length of each log or section can be measured by a rod or tape. Length may be measured to the nearest to 10 or 5 centimeter. Diameter of a log can be measured by a caliper or diameter tape. This instrument should be remembered as they are very important and can be asked in the examination. The diameter of a log can be measured by a caliper or diameter tape, and measurement is made at the middle of the length of the log. To know the merchantable volume, it is necessary to determine the diameter under the bark. In case of commercially valuable species like hull, Soria robust, and teak, the logs are debarked and brought to depot. So for these trees, diameter should be measured after debarking. And to fine up these logs, a circular strip of dark of small wheat is removed at the mid length of the log so as to permit measurement of the diameter under bark. To reduce error, two measurements at right angles may be taken, and the mean diameter may be used for calculation of the volume. ঠিক আছে। So আমি দেখিলো, what we have seen is that diameter কাৰণে আমি কি কৰিছো, caliper use কৰিছো measurementৰ কাৰণে। Then grit measurement কৰো আমি, with grit is measured by tape under bark and at the mid length of the log. The mid sectional area is calculated with this formula that we have mentioned earlier, right? Volume is equal to H into AM, and AM is the basal area at mid section, H is the length of the log. Okay. I think this is sufficient for today, and we'll discuss rest of the formula in the next class. Yet formula these are important, but most importantly, I thought that the concepts and the instruments used for the measurement is very much important. So I will try to make it as simple as possible, and I will discuss only those facts which will be the minimum that may be asked in the examination. So that's all for today. Thank you.